Next up, we're doing a hip thrust with a double pulse at the top. So the advantage of doing a double pulse is that you're spending more time under tension through the contraction of the glutes, which is why we do the hip thrust, is in order to shorten the glutes and creating additional stress. Now, the setup of the box or the bench is quite important. If you're doing it with a barbell, you want to make sure that your shoulder blades are sitting on top of that platform that you have, instead of having a bench that's too high, which can potentially cause injury just trying to get yourself in position. But if that's what you're stuck with, just make sure you put some plates under your glutes and underneath the plates on the bar to help elevate your body. So take your time setting that up. Alternatively, you can use an assisted machine inside the gym in order to kind of minimize your setup. Now, traditionally you'll have some weight on the bar and you'll have your legs straight and you'll roll the bar up into the crevice of the hips. You'll have a booty pad, and then make sure that you are sitting the weight on the hip flexors and not on the pelvic bone. Next thing is to tuck your legs in nice and tight. Now, what you don't want to do is have your legs so far back that it becomes a quad bias movement. And you don't want to have your legs so far forward that your glutes aren't engaging, it's your hamstrings. Instead, you want to have your feet situated traditionally underneath your knee when you thrust, so a 90-degree angle. But that can vary depending on the individual, so maybe having your feet slightly forward or back might be better for your glute engagement. The next thing is your foot position. You'll notice that I've naturally come out into a wider stance and my toes are pointed out. Because of the function of the glutes, this is the most optimal position to get the glutes engaged. If you have it too narrow, you'll jam the femur up in the pelvis. Too wide, you'll be at a disadvantage. So play around with your stance and where that sits in space. Lastly, is you'll notice that my chest is up when my glutes are down. So there's a direct line from my head, chest to my pelvis. And what that will do is just prevent you from overextending the back. Because if you left your chest back, then you're overextending the spine, and that's not doing any favors for your glutes. If anything, you're going to cause more of a chance of injury. So position yourself, get up, thrust. You'll notice when I'm at the top, my chest is up, I'm looking down, so I'm not dropping back. What that will do is help push the weight into my glutes, and then I do my double pulse, 1, 2, and then I go for my full rep, 1, 2, and then I go for my full rep.